When all is said and done, you didn't get the whole sentence you would have liked, but your thoughts on the sentencing that Phillips did get?
Well, we knew they go off a chart, and they're locked into that chart. We had already studied it and looked at it, and going into it, we knew 31 years was the top. And when I was asking for 408 months, 34 years, the age between me and Mr. Phillips, I was hoping maybe the judge might push it a little bit, but I was happy to see at least he stuck with the 31 years.
It is our hopes that Mr. Phillips is tried and convicted for the other store robberies that he's been tied to, and that'll get just added on top of 31 years, and it's our hope that we never ever see him out of jail again.
Yeah, when he said that he had never committed any other felonies, that was a lie, as you guys know too. He was lying.
What he meant is he had never been caught.
He has at least 5 other robberies, and he did some really bad stuff as a teenager that we aren't able to say, and his record was expunged. But he did some terrible things as a teenager, and this man has no conscience. He has a sense of entitlement, and he has absolutely no empathy for the common people. He's going to use people everywhere he is, whether it's out or in, he's going to use people.
Julie, was that the first time he apologized when
Yes.
he was giving his final statement? Does that mean anything to you?
It means nothing to me, nothing, because I know he doesn't mean it. I've watched him. He is a narcissistic sociopath. If you read up on that, he is. And him saying I'm sorry was just another ruse. It was another excuse. He didn't mean a word of it.
The only thing he was sorry about is he got caught.
Got caught.
That's the only thing he was sorry about.
The only thing he's sorry about is that old woman was going to tell on him, and he was trying to kill me. And he was still lying, saying that I said he shot me in the arm. I never said that, ever. It was always directly in the chest, just as close as you are. He wanted to kill me because he wanted to get home to his girlfriend and his children that night and have supper. He wanted to kill me.
When you think back to all the emotions, and I know there have been a lot, where does today stack in, or is there a way to sort of put it with the rest?
Well, I waited for this day for a long time, 16 months. He kept putting off the trial. We thought the trial was going to be in February. He put it off. We thought it was going to be in July. Put it off. August. Put it off. He's the one that's been stalling for 16 months. I don't know why, but it's made all of that stay in my head all this time. And I have had sleep issues, anxiety issues, depression issues. I am trying really hard to be a positive, inspirational person like what I was before. I don't want him to rob me of that. And so I am trying, but John knows we both have our dark days. When it's just the two of us and it's not what it's supposed to be, we have our dark days.
They offered a little bit of closure.
It did. And now I hope at 4:40 in the morning, instead of trying to remember all the things I wanted to say because I couldn't carry notes, I hope I can just try to get Mr. Phillips out of my head. I want to get him out of my head and just focus on trying to get my hands and trying to get back to some kind of independence so that John doesn't have to take care of me. He was teaching classes at Butler Community College. He'd like to go back to doing that, where I could be on my own and he can get back to his life. And I'm hoping to drive. I'm going out in parking lots and try to drive that car with my limbs and feet.
We'll give you all warnings before we do.
And I want to be able to drive to my friend's house and do things without having him chauffeur me.
And part of that is be able to eventually get the hands. And we were fortunate enough in that Mike Pompeo intervened on our behalf in talking to Blue Cross Blue Shield, and unfortunately he was able to get nowhere also. So what we're looking at is Blue Cross Blue Shield as a company provides myoelectric hands in several other states, but they're denying it in the state of Kansas. So we hope that they, at some point in time, do the thing that's right and not worry as much about profits.
Hey,